Melanie trailer, and today is a quilt in progress video. So I am working on a new quilt pattern called Dreamland, all very small, tiny sawtooth stars turned on point. Pretty basic, but a little time consuming. I mean, there's a lot of flying geese, right? I've already shown you one quilt top that I've completed with that pattern, and I'm in the video today, we're talking about the second quilt top. I want to give you a little history on this quilt top. All the fabrics were chosen and the blocks were completed in the fall of 2022. So they ended up just sitting in one of the whip boxes in my closets for over a year, and I did nothing with them. And then I ended up making a whole other Dreamland quilt, which I've shown you. And then I pulled that whip box, took all the blocks, put them on my design wall, and boom, finished quilt top, right? Very quickly. In the middle of putting them on my wall, I realized that I do not know what I was thinking when I chose the background for these blocks. All right, so I'm popping just a few pictures. This is my Wholehearted fabric collection. So I don't have a problem with the foreground. The background, even though I like the color of it, it's so similar in I guess, I'm not sure the word I'm looking for. It's on par as far as the intensity, I guess, with my foreground. So what ends up happening is that my background and my foreground too close, and you lose some of those sawtooth stars, which is really upsetting because, you know, all those flying geese, they took a lot of time, right? And just majorly disappointed in this quilt top. I'm still gonna finish it, so just don't think about that. Of course I'm gonna finish it. Of course I'm gonna quilt it. I'm gonna get it done. But you know, I'm disappointed. I posted about this on Instagram, and I got a lot of people, such sweet people, saying nice things to me. I don't know if they were completely being honest or they just tried to make me feel better, but I appreciate them, you know, nonetheless. But a lot of people did say some things that, you know, I agree with. The quilt is very subtle. I love subtle, you know? It's soft and delicate looking, and yeah, it is. But you still end up losing those 2 rows of blocks. The background's just too close. You're not going to convince me otherwise. I should have chosen a background that was much lighter or much darker, and then I might have had that contrast. So I just think this is just a good experience for me to remember, to remind myself, or maybe, you know, just for you too, that background's important stuff. I mean, it's if you can't see the shape, the star in this case, if it gets lost, you know, it kind of ruins the look of the quilt. Let me show you a picture of the other Dreamland quilt I made and the high contrast on it. So I know that is like a major high contrast. This one is much more subtle, but you can see all my stars. That's my point. So I'm in the middle of this quilt. I've actually already got it basted. I'm gonna quilt it. I thought I'd pick up the camera, take you into the long arm room, and show you this quilt. Okay, heads up, our basement flooded 2 or 3 days ago. We're still in the process of airing everything out. I've got a dehumidifier going, sucking all the water out of the air, walls, etc. So that's what this is all about. That's why the rug's in the wrong place. That's why this rug's missing. Just a little FYI. And here we go. All right, so here is the quilt that I want to show you, and I'm going to stand here and hold it up for you in a minute. Here is the other Dreamland quilt that I have started quilting, so just a little tiny glimpse into that one. That's been fun. And here is the other quilt. Before I hold it up though, I just want to make sure to show you this in the quilt journal. All right, so this is a little bit delayed because, like I said, I actually started this in fall 2022, and then we got the journals after it, so I had to add this whip to the journal. But the background is Colorworks Sandstone, just for those of you who had questions. So that's the background on it. All right, so let me put the camera down and then hold this up for you. All right, I think I have that set up right. All right, here she is. So like if I had just used fabrics with this kind of intensity, I think it would have been fine. I mean, it would have been subtle, but you know, that could have been nice. Problem is, these rows, I mean, you can't see the star. I'm looking at my camera and I can't see the stars in the camera. I can see that there's a color there that's different from the background, but I can't see my stars. Here they are up close, so you can see them. If I had just used a white instead of this tan, if I had just used a dark purple or a deep brown, maybe it would have been different. So it's those two rows that are bothering me, and that one. That one's not as bad, but I'm trying to get where you can completely see. So there it is. Okay. Just gonna walk around with the camera right now, so I hope you're not gonna get dizzy. Here it is up close. Good things about it. My points are really, really nice. I can be proud of that. I can be proud of completing it. But yeah, that background choice is going to eat me away. So yeah, I've thought about things. This will be a good one to give as a gift. This will be a good one to maybe donate. Things like that. I do like the background I chose. I mean, not background, I'm sorry. The backing I chose. So I do have it basted. It's spray basted, just in case you were unaware. And then this is one of the wide backs that we have in the shop from AGF. So it's really nice. And it looks good with those fabrics. If I had used that shade in the background, I would be much more pleased with this finish. So, things happen. We don't always get it right? And I mean, I'm not hating on it, but I just wish I got it right. But this kind of happens. Sometimes we need these reminders. Slow down. Think decisions through. Maybe if I had held this background up to each and every fabric, I might have, got myself clued in on the fact that it was too dark. So anyway, I probably will end up quilting this one, probably pretty similar to this one, which I've just I might have done an hour's work here, so I'm not very far along on it at all. I was thinking it might be a good opportunity to use a dark thread because I'm usually kind of scared of dark threads when it comes to quilting. I avoid them. So it might be a good opportunity for me to use a darker thread and not just experiment, but it might look really good on that background. So something to think about. And I'm gonna, think about it long and hard. So I think that is all I was gonna tell you. Dreamland pattern should release sometime in February, mid to late February, I'm thinking. I don't quite have it to testers yet, so as soon as I do, you'll start seeing pictures on social media of this quilt in different looks and different styles. I am excited about the pattern. I think it's fun. I've got a demo for the Sawtooth Star coming up. So yeah, so look for that. There's links and everything that we've talked about, everything I mentioned, all of it is right below this video. Feel free to chime in with your thoughts. You're not going to convince me that I didn't make a mistake, but I'd love to hear your stories on background fails. And it's okay to fail, right? It's okay. I'm not upset or, about to cry. I'm perfectly fine. I don't mind calling out my, mistakes for what they are. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a lovely day.